Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, and it looks like the Oscars, the Academy, loves that Joker. Joker got a ton of nominations for the Academy Awards, and there was some doubt early on whether or not the Academy would shun the Joker, but over $1 billion later, lots of praise, lots of love from audiences, and we're waiting to see what the blowback is going to be, because there's going to be blowback. Because this movie is problematic. A lot of people did not like this movie. They tried to stomp this movie out. They tried to attach controversy to this movie when there really was no controversy to be attached to it. And again, $1 billion later, and what is it, 11 nominations? 11 nominations. And here we are. So before we get into the video, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're at almost 90,000 subs. Thank you for that, guys. We're a couple hundred away from 90,000, hoping for 100,000 soon. And yeah, so wake up to this news this morning that the Joker has 11 nominations, most nominations for the 2020 Oscars. And the funny thing is I'm not getting all the hot takes I thought I would get from this. Twitter is, of course, kind of having a meltdown, right? Film Twitter is having a meltdown, but that's okay. Whatever. But the media is not melting down yet. Of course, some of these news outlets, since they're on the West Coast, they're not awake yet. The news hasn't hit them. And I'm sure once they have time to process this news, there will be plenty of hot takes. So I went to Slate thinking that they would have a hot take, and they didn't. They just said Joker leads the 2020 Oscar nominations. Here's the list of nominations. And they really didn't have much of a hot take at all. So Joker got nominated for Best Picture, Best Directing, Best Actor for Joaquin Phoenix. It got nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, of course, because it was a comic book. Now I want to back up here a little bit, and this is really exciting for us because this is one of our favorite, this probably was hands down our favorite animated anything last year. Klaus on Netflix was an amazing movie, and it got nominated for Best Animated Feature, deservedly so. I hope it wins. I don't think Toy Story needs another Oscar. I don't think How to Train Your Dragon needs another Oscar. Klaus absolutely should get it. Missing Link won the Golden Globe though, so it might get it. And I actually haven't seen Missing Link yet. I don't think anybody saw Missing Link because it was in the theater so quick. So what else did Joker get nominated for? Let's see here. Best Original Score, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Costume Design, Best Makeup and hairstyling, green. Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing. Hey, look, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker got a nomination. Didn't get Best Visual Effects because there were hardly any visual effects in the movie. It was a very low budget film and it made a ton of money. So yeah, it's funny. The outlets that are covering this, most of them aren't really saying anything. They're not giving their opinions. I wonder if they've been told to stick to movies. They've been told to stick to the news and just report the news, because I'm not seeing the hot takes on this nomination sweep that I thought I would. So Warner Media made the announcement. I think it was earlier this morning. Yeah, 9:30. Congrats to all Warner Media's Academy Award nominees. Joker, of course. Ton of money, ton of critical praise, ton of fan praise. Excellent movie. Absolutely excellent movie. Again, I can't picture Joaquin Phoenix's Joker being a Joker that would go up against Batman. He doesn't strike me as the kind of character that would. But the movie was, I thought, very, very good. It was a very different take on the Joker. Absolutely recommend it. It is out on digital now. It's out on Blu-ray. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. People are like, where's your review of the Joker? By the time I got around to seeing it, it was out for weeks. And I didn't see the point in doing a review because everybody had done a review on it at that point. And I'm like, there's nothing more I can say. There was some doubt as to whether or not the Joker would get any nominations, because back in October, it was irresponsible. Oscar voters react to Joker, with many avoiding it. Many Academy members told The Hollywood Reporter their mixed thoughts about the Joker. I don't even know if I don't know if it should get banned or should be given every award. A lot of people avoiding it. Now, many are curious to know if the film or elements of it will be remembered at year's end by members of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. So some people saying that they weren't going to go see it. They weren't going to go see it because it was too problematic. It was irresponsible. Now, now this is again back from October on the Daily Beast. That this is going to be a politically charged Oscars. Absolutely will be. Because it is 2020. There is an election coming up. 2020 Oscars will be politically divided. SHIT show, I agree, 100%. They're saying the right-wing media's knives will be out since it's an election year. I don't think it's just the right-wing media. I think the left-wing media. I think everybody's knives are going to be out. Speaking of which, Knives Out did get a nomination or two. So whatever. But yeah, it's going to be nuts. I think it's going to be nuts. Oh, Fox News and Washington Times, yeah, I think Joker's actually going to get quite a few awards. But, what's really sad about this is this degenerated into a left versus right argument over this movie. And Joaquin Phoenix, who's getting a ton of awards. I mean, wasn't he just arrested this weekend for a climate change protest? Where are they going to start calling Joaquin Phoenix an alt-right Yahtzee too? I mean, come on. There's, it's a movie, but it's a good movie. Variety complaining that marginalized peoples have been ignored from the Academy Awards this year. They've been ignored. Joker tops Oscar nominations, but female directors and actors of color are virtually ignored. They were ignored. And the article is about all the white people that were nominated and how unfair it was. We got 1917, and we got The Irishman. But this is really interesting. The Oscars are not going to have a host again this year, and it's because of what happened to Kevin Hart last year. They want to talk about there not being enough people of color at the Oscars. You had one who was going to host, and you know what? You kicked his ass. So a lot of people are avoiding this gig. The 2020 Oscars will go hostless for the second year in a row. It's become increasingly difficult to attract A-list MCs. Social media snark, is that what we're calling it? I actually would call it, I would take it a step beyond that. Crazy people on Twitter have made the gig a thankless task. In 2019, the Academy tapped Kevin Hart to be the host, but he stepped down after his past homophobic jokes on Twitter inspired backlash. I don't think a lot of people are going to watch the Oscars this year. I think that, one, you don't have a host. Two, you're not going to top Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes. You're just not going to. And three, just the general public is falling out of love with Hollywood and their hot takes on everything. Because Hollywood is completely out of touch with the rest of the world. And people don't want to see Hollywood give itself more backpats. They'll just go on the internet, see who won. That'll be that. Now, The Guardian actually is giving the Oscars props for being more diverse. So, which is it? Is the Oscars not diverse? Or is it just a problem because we have the Joker getting the majority of awards, being nominated for, freaking everything? Which is it? But The Guardian says that, hey, the Oscars were more diverse than the BAFTAs. So there's that. Washington Post, another outlet I would expect to have a problem with the Joker, seemingly not having any problem with the Joker getting all these nominations. So, maybe it's all blown out of proportion. Maybe it's blown out of proportion, or maybe, maybe they've been told to stick to movies. I don't know. But the Joker, you can see, had the most nominations, 11, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I haven't seen yet, and I've heard good things about it. I really want to see it. 10, Irishman, haven't seen that yet either. 1917, haven't seen that yet either. Look at the top movies. The pendulum's swinging back to the center, guys, I think. I think it really is. Marriage Story, I've actually heard good things about, too. So who knows? But there we have it. The media did not destroy the Joker. If anything, the media's relentless attacks on this movie helped the movie do better at the box office, helped bring more attention to it, helped casual audiences check it out. It absolutely has become a polarizing film, but a huge success. And I expect that we will see a lot of hot takes in the weeks to come leading up to the Oscars. I can almost guarantee it, because this will not do. This is a problem. They couldn't kill it. They couldn't kill it in the theater, and I think people are gonna try to undermine its credibility leading up to the Oscars. Even if it sweeps the Oscars, there's going to be a lot of grousing, I think, about it. But I think the film deserves it. It was an amazing movie. An amazing movie that I actually had doubts about when I first saw it. I'm like, when I first saw the trailer for it, I'm like, I'm not completely sold on this. I'll have to see more. But yeah, it absolutely deserves every nomination it gets. I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.